Alright, we are here, and I hope that it all works. Yeah, and it seems we have game audio, that's good, yes. Ooh. Suddenly realized that I had replugged a few things about 5 seconds before stream start. And so if this had gone wrong, we would have neither microphone nor anything else. Short heads up, I'm gonna move the microphone a little. It might go bump bump for a second. Alrighty then. I guess we can start now. Nice Monday morning. I hope you enjoyed the weekend as much as I did. I got in some programming on my hobby stuff. Hi Ada, how's it going? Looking forward to the week and looking forward to this game. Let's see what we can do. I like that your gear kind of weathers with you, that the basic gear was like with like basic colors and things like that, and it gets more fine the more you upgrade it. I just realized that looking at Eivor that this shield looks a lot better than it used to. Alright, so what we wanted... Ooh, who are you? There's a dead person there, and I don't think we made you. Did we? Oh, what's this? I think we scared some birds. Oh, what's this? Soma's journal. We have set up a camp to treat the wounded. I will tend to each of them myself and see who must rest and who still thirsts for blood. By next nightfall I will take the willing and able and set out to find my closest advisors. They are still alive. I know it in my heart. And once we regroup, we will take back Grant Bridge. Nothing will stand in our way. Okay, yeah, we read that when we arrived here. So that's good. That confirms that I remembered this as the right place. Because we are supposed to search the swamp. As far as I remember. And I guess that we found that one dude in the swamp. Makes sense. Given we withdrew here into the swamp and that other camp, you know, where we found one of the cult members. Still not quite sure. There are a lot of dead people here. Don't necessarily remember making. Look for evidence in Grant Bridge. I think we did so. Look for evidence in the swamps. Search the swamps for a yellow longship. I didn't realize they had made it this explicit for us. there's so many dead people here? Aren't these all the... Are these all the inhabitants of this camp that we left behind and they just sheltered us? Seems slightly odd. I wonder if we'll find out about this story or if this is just found story more or less. That they expect us to just know what happened here. Or is it something I've forgotten? Okay, I vaguely seem to remember us going somewhere down here to find people. So let's just keep going for a bit. So I think we've been here before. And this time I'll even remember to push a certain button to not fall down. So we've been here, right? Yes. It's all looted already. What about that building over there? Just because we're nearby? Okay, we're full on ammo. There seems to be another camp over there. Let's first look at this building. Okay, I guess this is just a piece of wall, not actually a house. Oh, this looks like a... Oh, this is probably a piece of a Roman border wall or something. That's kind of fun.
Cast
Okay.
about this land, my friend.
I kind of wonder... What's this? What is this? 200 meters in this direction. That seems promising. Because 200 meters is not quite as far away. Where did it go? Back in Middleton. But I don't see 600. Well, that's just the ship. 866. Okay, that's just where we can land our boat, I think. But I guess we could just make our way there and have a short peek. I wonder, where did we come from? I guess we came from Ravensthorpe, right? So what is this? Back. Lowlands camp. Abandoned slipway. Okay, so that's Grand Bridge. So they flew in this direction. So probably here or here, somewhere along this coast, I guess, is where we should have found them first, right? Or was it here? Actually, across from here kind of sounds like a spot worth investigating. So let's take command here.
Let's get out of here.
Gunnar the Ugly was an excellent sailor who could pilot a longship entirely on his own. This is why King Sigvaldi kept him around. In all other matters, Gunnar was a cruel, anxious, and humorless man. He was one of the most unlikable people I have ever known. One year, I recall we had invited some Carls from the Yngling clan to dine with us. As we were serving ale, we came to find that we had none left. It so happened that the ale had run out just before reaching Unnar's hall. This raised in him a word storm, and he accused Sigvaldi of treachery. Every man in the longhouse jeered at Unnar for raising such a fuss. This made Unnar angrier than before, and he stormed out. A short time later, we heard him yelling through the door of the hall. I set this scorn pole upon the men of Yngling for their dishonor! We looked outside and saw that Unnar had severed one of the heads of the Yngling's horses and stuck it upon a hazel branch. When he saw us gathering at the door, the Yngling Carls among us, Unnar panicked and ran. He was not seen for many months.
Interesting story. So I don't think this island is as bountiful. Oh, okay, so that's the small one at the front and the bigger one at the back. But I don't think this is where we met them first. So I think over there. What's that? Oh no, we're facing Middleton again, but if we go along this coast, we might find the spot again where we caught up with Soma's people.
Camp there,
Whoops.
Eivor! Probably hostile!
Oh right, if we find if there's a hostile camp, then maybe we find...
Eivor, look! A military outpost!
Yes, I know. I'm really going for that loot over there. Oh, and the cat is on the ship with us. The cat. Do you see that? Yes. Let me loot you. Oops. Alright. So there's a military camp. Is that a boat with... No, I don't think that has yellow color. Okay, but this camp bears investigating, I guess?
Go, my eyes.
Let's see. This is a swamp camp. And whatever is that? Brazil. Oh, that's a cult member, I guess? Well, if that's you, then of course we should approach this camp even more urgently. Ah, and back there is at least 1 or 2 ships, so I guess that's the right direction.
This area is off limits.
Yes. All right, nobody saw me. There's nobody to live and tell the tale. Like snakes. I hate snakes. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Free leather, free arrows, thank you. This is a magical spear, or whatever this guy had, floating in the air. Already pass. Oh, you're here. Okay. I'm running past the cultist. Yes. Now I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to tear off these CSI style animations.
I bow to this, but you will not unearth us all. You will not dig deeply enough. We are both a clot and cancer. We sit heavy in water, and yet we spread like a river's current.
Are you well?
Why would you ask such a question at such a time as this?
Beneath your words is something of a size unknown. A mystery. It lurks behind every frail word from your mouth.
Lee of Gifu. Okay, you were on our map. At least we got an order member, but I don't think it had anything to do with this mission. Alright, so let's see, there's armor nearby, so I guess we'll go check that out. Do we make our sneaky way over there? I guess we can just We're not spotted. Yes. Maybe try to attract others by shooting this one. Yes. Got stuck on the scenery. No. Guess if you insist. Alright. There's another one. I guess. Oh, you are there as well. Okay, got you. That was really what we originally intended to do. Reading. Wigmund's orders. Soldiers of God, kill every heathen dog that escapes the attack on Grand Bridge, but do not fire upon the longship painted yellow. The vessel carries the herald of our victory. Okay. The music, I don't think anyone else saw us. Wait, we've seen this already. Find a key for the chest lock. Okay. We've seen the... yeah, over there is the guy with the key. And we've got some resources. Oh, and there's an ingot somewhere. Alright. Got you two. And here is the person with the key. Second to shoot you, yes. Good. So let's jump down there. The swamp looks very nice with its yellow color. Looks like very healthy. Still nice that they have the... Okay, we got the chest key. Good. And why do you have a golden thing on you? They forgot to remove the marker after he lost his life. It's nice that they have these loops of ropes lying here that almost look like the snakes. good way to go. Oh god, is this a snake or not? For like the player, you know, to not make it as obvious when there is a snake. I mean, it's if you use the Odin sight, of course you can tell because they don't turn red, but still promising. So let's grab some arrows while we're here. Who knows when we'll get a refill. In. Where was our loot box back there? Okay, I guess we've got the armor. We've got some skill points. Goody, goody. So many people just sleeping. I'll better take care of their possessions before, you know, someone comes by and steals them. Alright. Not quite sure what the people on horses are trying to do. I don't think they would react friendly to me.
Aid me.
Else
Be my
here? I don't think so. I'm not sure we've been to that hut over there. Come on, you can do it. Stairs. You know how to do this? Yes. Really not get anything from looting you beyond... Interesting. I thought with that blue shine it would indicate that there was more than just... more stuff to take than just the arrows. Alright, let's go up here then. Whoa. I like this. This is nice. Like their moves really make it different. Like how much, you know, surface they offer to you. Not just, you know, holding up the shield or not, but like in that one phase, the arm was kind of pointing out, and you know, I mean, you saw it. It was like yellow lit up, so that they kind of indicating to you, okay, that's probably special, and then you just try it and go, okay, I can shoot them better. But this is interesting. Oops. So there are some boats over there and over there on the little... Ah, back there is the ruin. I think near the ruin was where we found Soma, wasn't it? It seems like a spot we've visited before at least. Piece we've already depopulated. There are some more huts here. Alright, that's the guy who still thinks he has riches, although I think we took them off him. At least I hope it wasn't, hey, I still have the riches, but somehow it bugged and you will never get them. Or worse, you know, not just riches, but some important quest item. That would be not fun. Box. Alright. Let's see, here was the one long ship we found. Yeah, so this seems like where we found Soma's people, wasn't it? Let's swim over there again and have another look at that spot. Me, can we get... Let's just quickly do our inventory points to see if we can get... Or skill points, sorry. To see if we can get that extra adrenaline slot wherever it was. Here, there's an adrenaline upgrade over there. Okay, but where was the other one? Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What skills do we get if we go down here? Well, that was Danax, melee resistance, melee. So we could get one before this adrenaline slot with these 2 skill points. Let's see the ones down there. We need to get to 90 anyway, so we'll be spending a lot of points, so we might as well spend them on abilities we want. Okay, we need 3 more points. This is heavy resistance, Way of the Wolf. We can get 1 Way of the Wolf adrenaline slot here to let us use more abilities. This one is 4, which will probably not make a difference. We'll probably get 2 and 2. This will be melee, melee resistance, and Danax. So this actually kind of almost seems like the more useful list of abilities, because we can't equip wolf gear and raven gear at the same time, and we've already spec'd into raven stuff. Alright, let's look at where was the... Here's a boat. normal one, isn't it? Oh, what's this?
This poem is about Leif. Did he write this about himself?
A builder of ships, a lover of art, he carries his honor like a shield on his heart. Interesting. Okay, but this doesn't seem yellow. So the question is, where else?
What see you, old friend?
Fat load of nothing is what I see. I wonder if they kind of want us to... That's probably why these swamps are foggy. Okay, so here, the edge to Middleton. There are some other places here that we haven't investigated yet. I wonder, here is Watcham. I wonder which way we should go around. Okay, there are some small boats. Is this... Yeah, okay, this is this river. It just looks a little larger on the map. So let's just round this little hamlet once. And grab everything that's golden or otherwise. Left. I wonder what we're supposed to find in the swamp. Like, if I missed a hint. It said something about up north, didn't it? Maybe that point? Let's just follow the coastline once around and then we should be in the right general area. So I'm kind of hoping that that north clue was supposed to tell us. Oh, that's where we found the guy being beset by wolves, didn't we? Yes. So maybe we find something here. Someone is still sleeping. But let's see if there's anything up here. No, there wasn't. For us to refill on if we need them. Ooh, there's a longboat and it's yellow. Yes. There are some people near it. Okay, and they seem to be enemies. So can we somehow get to them? Jesus. One more left. Come on. Yep. So let's go over there.
This longship is splashed with yellow paint. A quick job. Why would it be painted a different color than the others?
So I think we were kind of supposed to find this maybe after meeting Soma.
This longship was ambushed by bandits. The survivors ran into the fog, pursued by half the party, while the other bandits looted it.
Okay. So the guy who was attacked by wolves was sitting up there. That's probably our traitor, because he was on this ship. Alright. Thick plottons. Is there more to see? Oh, there is the text inside.
This carving references Galen in verse.
Pathed by a vulva, a destiny writ, clear is his vision, rigid his grit. What's this? Guess that was someone who was burned, or what was that? So CSI Eivor has found out something, I think. There seems to be another camp over there.
I must be careful now.
So the question is, was this Galen's ship? Who was the one attacked by wolves? Or like on this lookout point, I don't remember which of them it was.
I need your eyes, my friend.
Let's have a look at this space. There's a city over there. I guess we'll go for this armor. Oh, and you have some riches as well. I wonder when we will get... wrong
Stretch
button.
your wings, Sunan.
I wonder when we will get the other kind of ingot that we haven't seen so far. Or tower, I think, like we've seen one of. Oh, those are two. Two masters at arms. That went well. Yes, come here. That way we have your friend as well. There's a few more people over there. I think I'll risk it to get to the loot. Lunch. Some breaches. Letter to Spaldinga's leader. Lord, I trust all is well in Lincoln, and that the fruits of the Shire are plenty and sating. I am writing to you from the neighboring Shire of Grantbridge, where the men and I have nestled in a bog. Here we are building an encampment with the help of priests from the local monasteries. They were given two options, and chose the one which kept them alive. Once we've no use for them, we'll send them your way. Let them know there is a new god they may serve. Huh. That new god thing seems a little weird. I'm taking it that means they have them, the monastery monks, enslaved here or something? There's two up there now. I think one of them is the one with the riches. So we definitely want to go up there. And I guess that's easier to get these two. Oh, but one is high level. Damn it. That set the building on fire? Guess not. Good. Even accidentally managed to get fire damage from that torch. That's nice. Like fire damage on him, not on us. Wealth collected. Get a carbon ingot. Oh, and he gave us a flower. He whoops us. I think I forgot to loot you too. Oops. Want to be a little quieter here. Alright. That looks good. Alright, I guess we're at least looting our way and assassinating our way through here. And we have an indication that whoever the guy was that was on that high tower was the guy who betrayed us. So the question is, which one was that? And let me just quickly adjust the camera because I realize that I keep being a little bit out of picture. Alright, this should be better, I think. Okay. So I guess we go over there where the rest of you are and just make sure that you're unavailable. More physically than emotionally, but I think you know what I mean. Really miss my ability from Odyssey, where you could fire one arrow that would do a bit of area of effect damage, like one big boom. Oh, we're out of arrows, by the way. A jaw harp. Huh. Interesting. They do a little bit of music on the side, I guess. This looks a bit ominous. Omnominous. It's interesting, this building doesn't even have an entrance. What the heck? What is this for if it doesn't have an entrance? Is this just because it's decoration that the guards could stand around? Or is this a kind of building that kind of didn't need one? These kind of seem to be entrance-less. Oh, I didn't kill that guy, I swear. Here is the bigger loot that I saw. Okay. Now I've got the major points of this area. But sadly, no clue. Oh, we can't actually pick those up. Interesting. I hope we could throw it at the buildings and set them on fire. If those are like supposed to be, you know, like grain silos or something. I mean, why would you build huts like this if you can't get inside them? Or if this is just the upper story? Well, maybe they aren't huts, but more... Maybe these are just like, you know, like improvised lookout towers? And the... what looks like a thatch roof. But actually there seem to be... No, it could just be that they fortified these, you know, little mounds of earth and put straw over them to kind of, you know, keep the rain from making them just become a puddle again. Oh. What's up there? Probably just a lookout spot, but yeah, nothing to loot, sadly. I hope that there would be at least a little bit of lootable stuff. Alright. So now we gotta see. So we should look for evidence in Grand Bridge, look for evidence in the swamps, and we found the yellow longship. So that's here, that's Middleton. So I guess we could... Okay, so Middleton is where Soma landed. There's something back here that we haven't looked at. I guess we'll go... Or should we check out this? This seems to be fairly close as well. It's so difficult to decide what to do. Assuming they don't make us remember who was where. We might be good. Oh, another mushroom puzzle? Doing this then.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh no.
Search the signs and light the right braziers to be able to pass through the great gate. Okay. Did we miss anything? Two sticks with bones next to it. That has one stick. 1, 2, that looks promising. There's only 1s and 2s. This one has a stick on it and roses. Got to investigate the area. Here is one stick. I'm not really sure. So these are 2. This is one with roses. This is one. Let's see. This has 2 patches of roses. This is 1 patch of roses. This has 2 sticks. There's 2 sticks and 1 patch of roses, so maybe that's how it counts. So I guess the sticks are the dominant ones, so we first turn on the ones with only 1 stick. And then go by the number of roses or something. So this has 2 roses. Oh, and there are roses next to the gate. So let's see, I think this one has 1 stick and 1 rose. And then this one. Oh, this one has no roses. So either that's first or we shouldn't use it. Let's see if turning on the ones with the roses is maybe the trick. I don't think it said the right order. I think it just said the right gates. So maybe... Yeah, I guess that was
Fire
right.
is a blessing to one who has traveled far. To he who enters from the cold with frozen legs in need of food and clothing.
Took you a while to figure this one out? Yeah, it's... I assumed it was still about the order at first, so that was a bit confusing. And then I went, well, there are some that don't have roses, and the gate had roses as well, so... That guess luckily turned out to be my first one. Well, the first one that I executed at least. So that's good. Alright. So I guess we got some XP from that. And I guess the mission we found is somewhere, or the other mystery is somewhere over there. So let's go for a pleasant little swim and check that one out. So, given the poem in the boat was about Galen, I'm inclined to believe that that was Galen's boat. So I think we know now who betrayed us. Come on. You can swim, you know it. Yes. That's not nice. They seem to be imprisoning and hanging a lot of people here, which makes me think this might be a bandit area. Or is that the camp we depopulated earlier?
Troll curse corruption lurks here.
Oh.
Elfheimer. If I had my eyes, I would show you its splendor myself. A land of endless mist.
What?
Please join me.
Dark
in my
spirits
daily
torment
jaunt
this
through
land.
magical land. I am seeking the wind blue. The dark elves pushed me out.
Alfheimer, you say? Have you drunk a seer's concoction?
No, I am as blind as they come. However, the light elves guide me through this realm, and I sense it. The path is fraught with delight. Energies the light elves dropped. And at the end, the third paradise. Wind blue.
The wind blew. Higher than all the realms.
Higher than Valhalla itself. I use the magic balls of Muspel, lit by the light elves to guide me. We will see the wind blue together. Please, illuminate the path into Elfheimer.
Oh, so I need to set this on fire?
Please, illuminate the path into Elfheimer.
Yes, I heard you, but how do I illuminate something? Oh, I guess I can use my torch.
Please,
Duh.
I sense the light elves. The luxury of their strong souls. Here they are.
Are you from here?
I hail from Zealand. Joined Guthrum on his march through the swamps. But losing my eyes, they left me behind. Please, illuminate the path into Elfheimer.
They only have this one phrase is a bit...
Your family?
And this
Friends?
emphasis.
They're back in Zealand. No need. I have the light elves whom love, care for me now.
Doesn't seem to be a good situation to be in. Might have eaten the wrong shrooms. Please illuminate the path to Elfheim.
Please, illuminate the path into Elfheimer. We are close. So close. From here, a final leg to this journey. Yes, here. This is the path. The wind blue is across the Swan Road. I can see it. A river steed will be needed to cross.
Okay, we want to get to that light, and I guess... Are you telling me the blind guy will guide me? Or, will he just boat after me if I swim? Because I can't take control of that boat and guide him myself. Nope, he doesn't come with me. And I guess I'm not supposed to...
Perkele, siihen koske, saatana vielä.
Hi, Chibi. Why is today a thing? Can you skip it, please? I give you permission to skip it if you want. That's, I'm generous like that, but, problem is that I might not be allowed to do all of that. And I have no idea what to do here. I can focus. I can shoot something. So, dude, seriously? Can you maybe let me do the boat thing? Huh. Weird. I think... Whoever invented a Monday wedding? Oh. You're going to a wedding? What are you doing there? Like, is it like in person? Is it a virtual wedding, or... Your brother and sister-in-law are getting married. Ooh, nice. So yeah, I may have a slight problem here because he took over the boat and isn't moving. And he's not following me either. Oh, wait, could I do something? No, that's probably just climb in, right? Shows me I have to go over there. Yes, I know that. On a Monday! Yes. I don't know what these people are thinking. Is it at least not early in the morning? Okay, I think I'll have to Google this quest before I abandon it. Because, this seems to be slightly... let's do the standard trick. Let's... Cannot save game right now. Maybe because we're on a boat. Can I save game now? Yes. Alright, let's save this game. And let's load this game. Boyfriend is their driver for the day. You have to show up at 10:30 for a photo shoot, then take the toddler back home, drop him off at a friend. Ceremony at 3, then quick cake and some speeches and back home. Well, okay, that at least sounds like a short opportunity, so not overdoing it. Maybe that is something to hold on to. But I have faith in you. You can do it. Yes. He got back out of the boat. Okay, and now we can take control. Yes! Ah, I'm a master hacker.
Careful now.
And now the fire is off as well.
To attract any unwanted attention from the dark elves. Oh, how they haunt me.
Alright. I think we've already killed the dark elves. Okay. Hello? To...
This place is heavily guarded.
Whoops.
That is Freyr's castle. He keeps court in there. Or did. Until the Dark Elves came.
Okay. You can have your wind blow now, in peace, old Dringer.
Ah, yes. The realm is safe. For now. Hail, Dringer.
Okay, so I guess if we hadn't cleaned this out, it would have been... Oh, we got a bag of eyes from him. Thank you, sir. Then we probably would have had to fight our way through here. Fire frozen. You ended. If you need help with this one, let me know. I ended up looking up what I needed to do. Yeah, I think I completed it. It seemed a little confusing, but I think I managed to get him out of the boat. But it seemed to be a little buggy. If you remember, like when I arrived, before I reloaded, this fire was already on. And also, yeah, like it doesn't seem to have dealt gracefully with me already having taken the camp. Like there was no dialogue. That was solved much better in Odyssey, where they basically had a separate dialogue line. You know, it was like they still gave you the regular instructions, like, oh, you need to clear this out, and then, but then there was like, I think it was the same line every time. You know, they had a standard line where Cassandra just went, oh, I already did that. And then they said, oh, thank you, continued with their normal dialogue. But that way, you know, that they accounted for, okay, I noticed that you did this already, and it's done, and they gave you instructions. And I mean, since there are no dark elves here, a comment from Eivor saying, oh, it's safe here now, I've killed everyone, or something like that, would have been nice. Yeah, you did. You was confused once you got across the river. Yeah, same here. It was it's not very intuitive to solve. But I guess since I managed to total the boat, which has despawned by now, and kick him out, that was enough to make him notice. So, success strategy, dumb luck, it's working! Okay. You're so not in the mood for this. Your sister-in-law has severe anxiety, OCD, and ADD. She's quite draining to be around, and you fear she's going to be quite a ball of stress today. Oh, yeah. Well, but, you know, the things you do for family. Or in this case, for additional family. I know it's not, you know, but like a wedding is one of those moments where I go, okay, yeah, I guess we'll have to. Although, you know, like personally, I would say right now, I would be would think very hard whether I would go to anyone. Like yesterday, I talked to my parents and we decided, okay, we're not going to meet for Christmas. Mainly because, like, I felt like my sister is in a different country, so I don't think there's any chance of her dropping by right now. But like me, I just didn't feel comfortable, you know, taking the train over to the next city. Because, you know, like on the train there's so many people that don't wear their masks. From what I've heard, at least. I haven't been on a train in a while. Like, I've taken a few subway trains and things like that, but it just didn't feel like the responsible thing to do, you know, particularly since enforcement of mask wearing by the train conductors is also not very good right now. And so why would I, you know, like this, so it feels like the only thing I'd be doing is exposing myself to more risk and then potentially carrying it to my parents. And so that didn't seem like a good idea. Alright, so at least we've done that. We've looked for evidence in Grand Bridge, I think. We've looked for evidence in the swamps. And we found a yellow longship. Did we find evidence in the swamps, by the way? Did that count? Or did we just find the longship? I guess we'll risk it. Alright, so let's get... Maybe let's go to the abandoned bog hamlet and then up to collect these riches here. At least... Oops. Some animal here. Why did we suddenly go into that little stance? I think there seems to be some kind of enemy near, like an animal that catches us. That's one of the confusing aspects about this game as well. There's a lot of moments where you get this attack indicator, but you don't see anything. Oh, more people. I managed to dodge. Shot all of his friends. Oh, well, almost all of them. Now I've shot all of your friends. Oh, and I guess thank you, because I think that helped me. Find your friend that I had forgotten to loot earlier. So yeah, we've seen this already.
Have a look, Sunan.
We've read this, right? And she said it was related to Gallin.
This longship is splashed with yellow paint. A quick job. Why would it be painted a different color than the others?
That's also kind of could have used a little more, you know, dialogue, like an extra half line or something to indicate. Oh, maybe we should go up here and search a little more. But you know, we already know that what the yellow paint did. We found the writ that says, you know, like, don't attack the yellow ship. So it seems, you know, that should be, she should just say that, shouldn't she? Okay, I don't think there's anything left to find in this spot. It's interesting that I didn't see this ship over there earlier when saving him. Oh, I guess they strategically placed it behind everything. But I think this is where we found him, right? Noot noot. How's it going, Lulu? And Num Nums, hi. You've done this so you can watch Uli. Yay! Thank you, everyone. Yeah, okay, that's my bot. You totally missed his ship when you saved him too. Okay, yeah. I I'm still kind of not sure which one we found here, whether it was Liv or Gallon. But I guess they, you know, like they planned it, and since you don't see the yellow paint, so you know, like you come, I think you probably come from over here. That's where the wolves hang out, isn't it? Bonus wolf. Okay. Sounds like someone is riding by, but I don't see anyone. That's weird. Invisible horseman. Okay, and I think we found that spot earlier. But let's just see if we maybe find something else here. Alright, through here. See if there's anything else. No, just the stuff we looted. Okay. Alright, I don't think there is anything to be found then here. Nor in the swamps. You had to ask the boyfriend, since you couldn't remember either. I'm kind of hoping that that the question in the dialogue will include it. Oh, there's more people over there. Let's give them a hearty welcome. Oh, wait. Let's first get our wolf. But whoops. Nope. Gave me my arrow back. Thanks. The problem with shooting people in the bushes is you don't know where they landed, so you can loot them. Wrong button. Or maybe they just despawned. Oh, something over there. Just a deer. No deer. I guess they just despawned and they're already... Oh, no, they didn't despawn. Here. A mysterious note. What's this? Mysterious note. The one known as the Wolf-Kissed is closing in on our leaders. See that they are silenced. Oh, I guess they were going after us. Wait, I only have 10 raw materials. Oh, and I have 1400. I found more supplies. But I just can't find any raw materials. But at least now I know where I can see what raw materials and supplies I have. Good, because I thought the game didn't have that. It's 100% up to you to figure out, depends on who you ask first. You know, I thought that maybe if I walk up to Soma now and say, hey, I figured it out, and it would say, you know, okay, you've seen the boat, you've seen who it is, and then, you know, like in the... when you accuse the person, it will say, hey, this person has... I found their boat or whatever. Okay, that doesn't work. Huh, how do I get in there? I move in any direction? No. Are there any gaps? Huh. This seems like it might be an entrance. Might have an underground entrance or something. Let's see what
Show me what lies ahead.
you see. Oh, okay, there's a hay bale in here, so I guess I'm supposed to jump in and then climb out. Okay, I can do that, I think. Do some tree climbing. Alright. Nice. It's just difficult enough to make you feel clever, but not difficult enough. Actually having to pay attention to everything you read, yeah. Yeah, this game in general seems to be a little more... It seems to be a little low on the giving you guidance. And on, like, there are missions that if you encounter them, they will kind of start ad hoc, but you don't get mission objectives or any indication that you started them, like the little found missions on the way. Which basically throws up like a few decades of game development achievements now. I find it okay, you know, that I wonder if that, like, if I had switched to a different, you know, there is this setting where you can say like how many map markers you want and things like that. I wonder if those missions would show up if I had the more detailed version. Logger's journal. Been sitting on my thumbs for a month now. 6 letters I sent and still not a word back from Wigmund. Nothing. How can he leave us out here like this? He knows we've got trouble with bandits. Perhaps he feels we don't merit the help. Isn't that something? You pour your heart into these lands. Do it for the good of your fellow man. And what do you get for it? You get left out in the muck. Alright. I guess we found the reaches. Oh, 500 meters? Is that inside this? No, okay, we've cleared that, and that would be in Witcham over there, which is right next to a fast travel point, so we don't really have to do that right now. What is this point over there? Does it make a difference distance-wise? Not really. So I guess we'll go back the 500 meters. our horse, I suppose. I thought maybe I could fast travel there, but seriously, horse. Yeah, let's just fly the horse instead of anyway. So yeah, I've only remembered who I saved here. I mean, the boat apparently said Gallin on it. And the other guy would be Leaf, so it's one of the two, really. You gotta head off to work now? Yeah, you have fun too? You know, I always wish people fun when they go do something that might not actually be fun, because, you know, why wish people something they're gonna have anyway? On the other hand, you know, like, that's what wishes are for. Wish them something they don't have yet. I think having a swimming horse was one of the best ability unlocks I chose. So why is this is crazy sunny here?
Something is wrong. Foul. Cursed.
Alright, we came by here earlier and didn't actually clean this up.
Need to be careful here.
Oh, there's poison here? That's bad. Look, come on. Oh, I guess we can use the trees. Looks like in there might be the solution. Jump over there. That's promising. So now we just have to find the way into this thing. Up here. There's an entrance. There is a thing.
By Odin, the Knitting curse is lifted.
Oh look, sun's coming up.
Easy now. Something's not right.
We went to. Yeah, okay, so that was the curse we found here. So I guess we're returning. I wonder if there's something we're supposed to find in the swamp. I think we didn't actually go all the way around here, didn't we? So let's just set a random point here. Just to see that there's no other spot in the swamp that we overlooked where we could find more. That we can just leave our mount somewhere in the middle of the poison infested swamp and it will, you know, we'll find it. Oh, wrong button. There's more poison swamp here. No, that's the same one. I went back. What a ditz. Let's head over there. Back where we came from. Let's see if there's anything worthwhile to be found here. That's Middleton, isn't it? Stocked up on ammo, that's good. Yeah, okay, over there is Middleton, and we didn't really find anything there. So going down here. Seems like something worthwhile to do. Just to make sure we're not missing anything. Already past my marker. So let's see. Yeah, this is where we are. We see Utrecht. Somehow I pronounce that in Dutch. Don't ask me why. Or in, you know, what passes for my idea. Kind of like Utrecht or something like that. Interesting to have. I guess we can fast travel to do what we want and go there from there. I guess since it's a location that you have to take over first, that they don't put the fast travel point into it, and that might actually mean that we'll lose it again soon. Game mechanics wise, sometimes stuff like that happens. So those people left, okay. Some money. Nice. Some food should I need it. You can't have left long if the food's still standing there and steaming, yeah? That's kind of the difference between, you know, like in-game. Like, I don't think you would leave a fire burning when you're leaving or something like that. Oh, you redeemed the German accent. Okay, I can do that. Well, now we just have to go back to Grandbridgeshire. That works as well. I don't know if we can actually find our way there. There was some rich here. Oh, that's 800 away. So where is here? Which one is this? That one. That's only 100 meters away, so that's good. So let's pick up some loot while we are there. Oh, it's up there. Okay. So we'll have to climb up there, I guess, which is actually more difficult. I thought the vines would make it easier. Up there. Oh yes, that works, I guess. Hello? Yes. Now we can just walk over. That wasn't very well hidden. But I don't know. Okay. So that's how it goes. And now we are going to continue. And go back to Brits here and see the main mission. I suppose. Hexen type, yes. That is a totally hypeable Hexen. I agree. Okay. Oh, and now I should probably do a slight cheat and look up the mission where we rescue the lieutenants. Let's try what happens. Quests. Completed quests. Birthright, Sea of Fate. Swan Road Home. Sons of Wigmund, Leicester. There has to be somewhere a good Great Scattered Army. I think that is Orphans of the Fence. That's the mission we're looking for. Okay. So let's look Orphans of the Fence. Is that a fence? Okay, now we've had your 3 minutes, so I guess we can go back to that. Okay. Let's see. Here is the tower. It just says the advisor. Oh, great! Why don't you give me his name? Let's see, there are more guides. Okay. First objective, old tower in the village, yeah. To go find each of the 3 advisors. Okay. Okay, Liv was held captive out in the open. He's at the top of... Okay, so it is Galen, so that indication that the ship's poem was about him meant that it was his ship. So I guess now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Okay, so I remembered right, that's good. Okay. The Austrians managed to make it sound even worse. You don't know how they do it, but it's always a fascinating train wreck. Well, Austrians have like a very... I think like the German general tone of voice has kind of found it into at least American English. You know, quite prominently. And so I think like when a German has their tone of voice, like their sentence melody in English, you kind of go like, yeah, neutral American accent or something like that. Whereas the Austrians have this, even in, they have this accent that is more melodical and kind of drawn out, kind of more like that. And of course they have the rolled R, which is even more out of place than the r. Like they have r instead of r, which like Central Germans would have, or Northern Germans. Although, no, I guess funnily North and South kind of roll their R's in slightly different ways, whereas the ones in the middle kind of don't. Armagerd, you cheater. Well, no, I remembered it, but I just, it was, something that Eivor would know. Eivor would know, okay, I'm in, I just rescued this guy there and this guy there. But for me as a game player who had a week in between these things, how the hell would I remember which guy was where? So that's why I had a quick peek. Okay, and maybe we can talk to Liv and Gallin again and maybe get them to admit something.
Eivor, you look like the wind has fled your sails. What's going on?
I was wondering. How did the night of the attack play out from your view?
I was working in the shipyards. Next thing I knew, the city was burning from the inside. Then Soma led our retreat.
I don't think we've talked to him yet. I don't think we want to accuse him, really.
How did you feel when Guthrum named Soma the steward of Grandbridge and not you?
If being honorable were easy, we would have no evil men. It is something I wanted, sure. But I'm a man of honor, above all.
You said your yellow paint was stolen before the attack.
Aye. And yellow is not an easy pigment to mix, let alone acquire. I was furious it was stolen.
Yeah, Soma corroborates that, he was encountered. Hi, Garish, how's it going? I'm doing well. I'm slowly getting close to a mystery. It's not like the big mystery of the game, at least yet, but maybe it will turn out it was after all. But it is a fun little mystery nonetheless that will probably, expose someone. Garish Lee! Ah. It doesn't quite work that well when I can't bend over without, like moving my chair or something to actually be out of the picture. You're staying home because reasons. Is that like the reasons of the time, or is it other reasons? All right.
You told me you often disagree with Soma's orders.
I do, but I follow them. It's my duty to this clan, to my Jarl's Kona. A man's honor comes from his acts, not his wishes.
It's always a nice, like if you do the right thing for the wrong reasons, are you still a good person? Or, like, will you go to heaven or whatever is the idea or the philosophy. And here it's basically, well, if you do the wrong things, if you do, like, as long as you don't actually act on your negative impulses or whatever, then you're still a good person. And I mean, that's true. But it's nice, like, where you draw the line. Oh, your lungs hurt. Oh, that's not good. I hope that that it's just a cold or a something like that. Is it weird that you kind of go like, I hope it's just pneumonia. Like you would never have said that before, but now it's like, you hope it's your bronchitis. But the way the Swedes are working. Oh, okay. So you think that you might, yeah. Yeah, I've had a history of bronchitis as well. So that's not fun either. I've experienced a bunch of that. Seriously, parents confronted with COVID are still allowed to leave their kids at the daycares. Yeah, I can kind of understand. Where the general idea comes from, like when your parents are sick, they can't really take care of you. And so having someone attend to them kind of sounds sensible. But then, on the other hand, going and, you still shouldn't kind of take them back to their parents then. So that kind of feels weird. Normally, sure, but there's a pandemic on. Exactly, yeah. A panda might have corona, but testing is apparently reserved for 70 plus people. Okay, so they're only testing the old people right now. That seems... Even though he works at the railways. Oh, great. So basically, you don't endanger others, period. Yeah. Yeah, it seems kind of a little weird. And I would understand if they went, here, of course, people, who have grandparents or whoever to take care of the children, or I don't know, parents or whatever. I don't know. Although I guess it's a hard situation. I understand that. Like, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to? He has no sense of taste or smell, has the coughs and had the fever, etc. Test the man, I say, yeah, definitely. It's especially if it's like I hear, like the sense of taste or smell thing seems to be like one of the defining criteria of it's not one of the other common, well, not common cold, but like it's probably not the flu or anything like that. So you didn't lose your taste smell last time. Yeah, it seems weird, but I guess I wonder if they just don't have the infrastructure and go like, okay, we'll have to draw the line somewhere. But yeah, we did lose a toenail, but didn't associate that with corona until someone mentioned it was a symptom. Yeah, there's some really weird. They have the infrastructure, they just don't give a... Okay. That's weird. Yeah, I would expect that, at least if there's someone who is in a customer-facing, capacity, that at that point, at the least, you would send them to be tested. And I mean, well, I don't really know. I haven't really looked that much into how testing works, like how much testing like how easy it is to get testing here. I vaguely remember a friend in another state mentioning that he was kind of trying to get checked and that he had a problem finding anyone who felt, responsible. So basically, it was like, call your physician, and they say, well, it's not something we can do. You have to call this, government agency, and they will allot you someone. And then that agency, I think, like there was never a reply or something like that. I don't know. It was really weird. So it might not be working that well here as well. But at least in theory, it's still supposed to be just, you know, the regular health system stuff. So you go to a physician and they will do that test or make sure that you get that test done somewhere at a hospital or whatever. Sit there in their office having their Zoom meetings and decide thousands of kids are going to meet each other in school corridors. Doctors and nurses get tested and have all sorts of precautions to keep them safe. Yeah, I mean, you should kind of, like, I would say, like, everyone in a customer-facing capacity at the least, you know, because those are, like, the most, like, the super spreaders, so to say, if I may abuse that word. You know, it should be in your interest to test those. And then, of course, if you have more capacity, then if someone says, I'm not sure, I have these symptoms, yeah, test them as well. Even though children are one of the main causes of any kind of flu or cold spreading, yeah. I mean, it's just, you know, they're still learning, you know, like, to wash their hands and to, you know, like, you know, not to pick your nose constantly and, you know, leave your bodily fluids everywhere, like sticking their fingers in their mouth and then touching things. So they're, you know, they're still learning everything. So of course they're kind of good at spreading stuff, and they have weak immune systems. You know, the immune system hasn't encountered many illnesses yet. So of course when they get something, the first time, they will be carriers for a while. Teachers and other child caretakers are just unimportant. Yeah, and that seems weird. Nah, chibi, kids don't get corona. Sweden refused to admit people to hospital during the first wave because there might be others that need the beds. Okay, rant over. Yeah, I mean, I can... You know, like, I can see that maybe if someone is in a state where it's like they'll feel horrible and, you know, they might need, you know, friends to help them or something like that. But, you know, they're not gonna die. That you don't put them in hospital. Like, has been, like, even before Corona, has been something here about, you know, basically avoiding stationary care when you can. And, you know, like, doctors have been encouraged that, you know, if it's safe to do, and, for example, people have someone at home to attend to them, for, you know, like, after effects of, like, surgery or something, to send them home as early as possible. Whereas, you know, traditionally it has been more like, well, if you've had surgery, of course you're gonna be in a hospital bed. And I mean, this way, you know, for most people, they will actually, you know, recover better. They will recover better at home. So I can kind of understand that they would do that to, you know, people that seem healthy and are not in one of the risk groups. But of course, if it's others, then... I mean, the question is, can you, if you have someone in a bed and someone, you know, and it's like the last bed or something, and people come in who have a more severe case, can you just kick out people with the lesser symptoms or something to save the others? Or I guess that's the whole triage thing. It's really difficult. So, but yeah, one old lady died because they didn't admit her. Her daughters were so upset, but they didn't even sue the hospital. Stupid Swedes. They accept everything the government feeds them. Even the press here doesn't ask proper questions. They had plenty of beds left. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I'll take your word for it, because, you know, I hadn't heard of that so far. I mean, if that happened, then yeah, I would think that's a scandal. I'm not saying it's an easy situation, but then, you know, it's also... you know, just I was basically confirming what you said is in a dangerous situation, like if someone is in a not that dangerous situation, sometimes people go like, yeah, but I feel horrible. Yeah, but you know, you're not in the group of people who are supposedly dying, so we'll cut it a little closer for you because we know there might be people coming in that are worse. But yeah, it's weird. There's a few countries where I get the impression that it's not at all being treated seriously. But I mean, that's just, you know, like, since I'm not traveling right now and things like that, mainly all the things I know, then, but, you know, like, I hear from some, you know, like, streamers, for example, in some countries where, like, I think, like, generally, like, Russia seems to be a lot of, you know, just going on, and, it seems to be, you know, I hear a lot from people, you know, going to this occasion and this occasion. You know, like in meeting friends and things like that. And the UK kind of have this concept of their bubbles at least, but I think it's also still quite larger. So I don't know. It's a bad situation generally, I guess. You can't think like that though. If people need help, people need help. You can't think, oh, maybe someone will come in that is worse. Well, I'm not saying, like, you know, like, there's different degrees, you know. What I'm saying is, like, you know, there are, like, I've heard from people where it turned out later, you know, when like a doctor made a statement and things like that, that basically, you know, they're, you know, more hypochondriac. So there's just some people who come there and say, well, I have a really bad flu and I need to be hospitalized for that. And of course with corona, you know, the symptoms are a little worse, but at a certain, you know, certain people at a certain age, you can probably go and say they can at least, you know, spend the first few weeks at home, and then we can put them in if they aren't recovered by then. Because, you know, like, some people, well, you know, you never completely recover. I've heard from a lot of it, but, like, I think there is kind of a possibility, especially for, you know, like, young and fit people, to get through it reasonably without having to be hospitalized. You know, you will have later consequences, you know, like heart issues or whatever, and might be more more affected by other illnesses later down the road. That's what I mean. You know, that it's more going and saying, you know, like, okay, right now you're good, and your prediction from what we've seen from a check, you know, like, and what your physician told us or whatever, it's okay, and, you know, observe that and come back in 2 weeks if it gets worse or something. Because I think there is a big problem in hospitals where basically, you know, you can't just, once you need an additional bed, you can't just kick someone out, I think. But yeah, it's a hard situation. Won't argue with her. Thanks, that is so reassuring. Okay, I guess I should stop here. But, like, you know, I guess I try to see the hospital. But yeah, I don't know what actually happened in Sweden, and I'm assuming that if you say they're really badly sending home people that shouldn't be sent home, then yeah, they shouldn't do that. Definitely. I just, I worked in, I guess you'd rather call it like medically adjacent field for a while. And that was first wave. You don't know yet how they are handling second wave. Okay. Then maybe it was also just, lack of knowledge. Sometimes it happens, that just, like, the information hasn't made it to the right spots, and so wrong decisions are made. All you know is your son is staying home and getting most of his lessons through the computer, thankfully. Yeah, that's comforting, I think, if you can... Like, I'm glad for everyone who can, who can do the work from home thing, because not all jobs allow that, of course, and then it's... and same for home studying. You wish you could, yeah. I don't remember if I know what you do. Like, I mean, general field or anything like that would totally be enough if you don't have to say anything where anyone would can't take kids home with you. So are you teaching, or what was it, what your job was? Work as a temp at daycares. Okay, yeah, of course then. Of course, then it's even worse for you. If when people are have corona but are still sending their kids to the daycares, that's not a good idea. You don't do the teaching thing anymore. You only want to work with 6 and younger. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of it's a big difference. Like what age range you teach. That definitely I mean, not just, like, if you're teaching university level, of course, it's a different kind of education you need to do that. Because you just are teaching at so much more of a... I don't really want to say higher level, but I guess it's the word you would use. You can do it through the computer for the most part. Yeah, like actual... If students are, like, old enough, then... And you're basically just introducing them to topics, you can do that through the computer a lot, yeah. But like for little kids or something where it's just like, teach them, kind of watch them and teach them some social skills with the others is kind of really difficult right now. I don't even know, like, we haven't even seen, we're not even beginning to see the fallout of what will happen with daycares. Like with basically, the lack of social interaction that kids in like this generation will have from this lockdown and these things. So that will really be interesting. That was what you said way back when it first started. We don't know what consequences this pandemic will have. Yeah. I mean, I guess, they might just all turn us out like us nerds, Just more socially awkward people. We'll see. That might be the good, the good turnout.
I found your yellow paint barrel near the river.
Did you? It was stolen from my workshop not long ago.
I found it on the riverbank. It was empty.
Okay. So I think we're done with him. Do we want him to speak openly? I think someone betrayed Soma, if we tell him, will basically mean we're accusing him, right? So let's...
Leave. Someone showed the Saxons the Longhouse Tunnel. Where were you when the attack started? What were you doing?
When the fighting started, I was in my workshop decorating a sail for our allies in Grimsby, without my yellow paint. By the time Soma gathered me to retreat, the city was under attack from within. I was nowhere near the tunnel. Nowhere.
Okay. So... think that's Birna, isn't it? That house. We have all our arrows, yes. That was Birna. Yep. So wherever the other marker is probably where we find it. But how are you enjoying Valhalla? I've heard it's really good. I still keep comparing it to Odyssey, and I found, at least so far, Odyssey had me drawn in more, and, you know, for one thing it was funnier, which you kind of lighten things up. And this seems to be going more for, you know, for a more serious note, but it's pretty well done. It's a little buggier also than Odyssey was for me. Like, Odyssey ran for me without problems. I've heard that other people had issues. But I'm running not an NVIDIA graphics card. So I basically have the same graphics card as a, well, not the same, but like same family of graphics card as a PlayStation. So that means like everything they do for the PlayStation version to make that work well, probably also has an effect on me playing here. And so that's what I attribute, basically, that you know, Odyssey worked well for me and other people had issues with it. And yeah, so I think it's a good game. I'm enjoying it tremendously so far, but it feels slightly less polished and a bit less down my alley than Odyssey, let's say it like that. So I think, like, in my personal hit list so far, Odyssey is slightly above this game. But, you know, I'm still early on. Well, what is it? About 20 hours in now. But, you know, there is a lot of stuff in an Assassin's Creed game. You bought a 1,000-piece puzzle. Oh, wait. Let me just quickly scroll back here. Well, just getting more of those as is, because everyone is on their phones, people sitting side by side on a couch texting each other. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I'm probably one of those people anyway, so, I mean, I try to, like, when I'm sitting directly next to someone, and, you know, I usually don't text them, I actually talk to them. Like, it's, you know, not uncommon to be, like, hanging out with friends and just everyone doing, you know, their own thing on their computer, and occasionally, you know, like, exchanging words about what we should do or something like that, or what we're doing. What's the puzzle pictures? Christmas-themed house near woods. Oh, that's cool. The 1,000-piece puzzle. Or screen time together. Oh, I can't talk anymore. Will you frame it when you're done? You never played any of the Assassin's Creed games, just watched some be played. Yeah, basically the only Assassin's Creed game I ever fully played was Odyssey. I've started playing a few others, and like the older games are a different kind of game. So like if you've seen Odyssey and Valhalla especially, then or even Origins, although that's kind of the transitioning point between the old games and new games. So if you've seen those and thought, oh, that's my kind of game, then the question is, like, mechanically, like from like combat and things like that, the older games are very similar. Valhalla is more Skyrim than old school Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. It's in general also like even Odyssey is already, they added lots of RPG elements. Basically starting with Origins, and then with Odyssey, they added like the dialogue choices that you didn't have
Getting
before.
heavy, Sunan.
I guess Vikings are popular at the moment. Yeah, that too. I mean, there's probably, there was the Vikings TV series that was really popular. There is God of War, there is Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. So there are other games that have kind of made Vikings popular again. And Vikings are, of course, recognizable as well. And then there is, probably also the aspect of first, like a lot of smaller countries like, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and even, like down to Germany. People find like it's kind of their ancestry. So like if you go back, like the Italians go like, oh, ancient Rome, the Roman Empire, that's kind of where my culture comes from. And for people in a lot of Europe, Central Europe at least, that's Vikings basically is the most identifiable thing. So I guess that also helps to make it popular in these areas. And of course, a lot of those emigrated into the USA, and Americans are just crazy since, they had this cutoff where they moved from a different continent. The Americans have U.S. Americans at least have have a lot more interest, I guess. It's much more common for U.S. Americans to research their ancestors and to be really into that. And like if you talk to a U.S. American, one of the things they often say to you is something like, oh, I have Irish ancestors or Norwegian or whatever, because they have no roots in that country as such. Yeah, it's basically in the U.S., unless you're Native American, and even then, because a lot of their history has been destroyed, but like in the U.S., people, there is a couple hundred years of history, and that's it. And so, yeah, exactly, because they have no roots in that country as such, kind of like that. And so they look to, okay, where do I actually come from? Which, is everyone's interest. And whereas, if you're a German, then usually you go, yeah, it's some German tribe that was roughly in the same location. Or, if you're French, then you can kind of also, do it back. I am part Italian, part German, part Swedish, and part Dutch. Yeah, kind of like that's a very typical U.S. American way, of it's a conversation starter, I guess, as well, especially if you meet people from another country to kind of find, like common ground. So it's a you hear it a lot as a non-U.S. American coming to the U.S. Like 10% Scandinavian and 70% British. Don't have a clue. You were born in New Zealand of Dutch parents. Tulip munching Kiwi. Yeah. Yeah, so it totally makes sense that this game would go over well in all of these countries. Which I think is which is good, they picked, and of course it's Vikings, but it's set in the UK. So you get basically the other big chunk of the US and the UK itself, and probably Australia and other places that can kind of draw their lineage back to the UK. If you want some German in you, just call Uli. Ooh.
Oh my, how rude.
Don't threaten me with a good time. Alright, so Do we want to find out what he says if we directly accuse him?
Eivor, this is a surprise.
I was wondering. The visions you've had about you and Soma, how do you interpret them?
Piercing question. I believe it means that Soma will lead me to greatness, however difficult. That she is linked to my destiny.
I think we found the letter here. Wait, let's see, it should still be here, right?
I should be going.
Yeah, I think that letter back there says Ouroboros on her shield, lion on his banner is the mountain. Two cannot balance on a peak, one must fall. And I think that's the thing that kind of tells on him. He's but a young pup. Young pup. I don't know if anyone's seen the sci-fi Dune movie series or mini-series. Gurney Halleck always calls Paul young pup. With like a, I don't know if it's Scottish or Irish accent, somewhere in between, I guess. Whatever the director asked for, I suppose. You're the fetus. Oh, age-wise compared. Okay, I was thinking you were talking about the navigators in the Dune movies for a second there. Wrong track. Okay, let's continue here.
Return.
Somebody let the Saxons into Grantbridge's secret tunnel, Galen.
Oh, wait.
Never mind.
I clicked the wrong button. I wanted
was
to
wondering.
ask questions.
Why were you at death's door when Soma found you?
I left my clan to pursue my vision. I don't remember much. The sacred plants addled my memory, but I was hungry for more visions. You may not understand, but Soma does. She knows the gods have a plan for me, and that following it is worth any risk.
Why was your longship painted yellow?
Was it yellow? I don't recall. You could ask Leif. He's our shipmaster.
Did you see anything odd when the attack began?
I did. I saw a wave of Saxons appear in the heart of Grantbridge, as if by magic. Odd as wings on an eel. I fought ragged to the brink of death from one night to the next. You saw the end of it. Wolves almost took me.
I found a letter to the Saxons from Wigmund. It said not to attack any longship painted yellow.
Strange. Only Leif would have the tools to alter the color of our longships. Something to ask him about.
He's trying to deflect.
I'm trying to find who betrayed Soma to the Saxons. I could use your help.
I wish I could help. The night of the attack, I was meditating on the shore, far from prying eyes. I was alone that night. And until Saxons appeared, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I hope that's enough.
So he says he was on the shore, and that was where the ship was parked, so they could, and where he could, where you can get to the tunnel. So he kind of, which is, you know, the best way to lie is to tell, to kind of, you know, stay close to the truth, so that when someone finds out something, you can just say, well, yeah, it fits with what I originally said. It might also fit the other explanation, but, you know, I said the truth to start with. Sus, so sus. Yeah. Does it mean something if it was painted yellow? Yeah, we found out that, we found a letter that said, as I said, you know, just don't attack the ship that is painted yellow, and yellow paint was used to mark the spot, you know, the weak spot where they could attack. Okay, so I guess we're going back to Soma and trying to wrap this up then. And tell her that her friend kind of wants to kill her, I guess. What was that joke? Why did the Mexican throw his wife off the roof? Because he wanted to kill her? Ah, that's the kid from the store. Not a quest.
Come on, I need a challenge.
Alright. You got cams. I got medbay, bro. Yeah, exactly. You were in electrical. Check to see if he went.
Did you find enough clues around Grantbridgeshire? Are you ready to choose the traitor?
Here's what I know. About Galen.
Galen had no alibi. No one can place his location on the night of the attack. He's an odd one, that man. But he is a man, not a toddler. He doesn't need a constant watch. I found Galen's longboat painted hazily with yellow paint on the day of the attack. Why would he mark his longboat differently from the rest of ours?
What did we find out?
Leif told me he was working in a shipyard the night of the attack. The shipyard is exposed and far from the tunnel entrance. Not the ideal man to lead Saxons into the city.
Okay. That's promising. And did we find anything out about Birna? No. We found out that she was a smuggler. I guess that was that. Grantbridge, sure. Bystanders, so someone found a letter about a yellow longship. Found a yellow cross marking the tunnel. Yes, okay.
That's all the evidence I think we need. You've been thorough. Who is the traitor? Galen betrayed you. Are you certain? This will be the hardest thing I have ever done. Stay close by me, Eivor. I will need you.
So now we will be
How
going...
do you plan to deal with this? As a leader must. My family, my inner circle. Today we make sure what has happened to us will never happen again. We end Wigmund's life. But not all together. For you cannot survive the winter with a rat in your larder. Galen. You have betrayed me, Galen.
I haven't! Soma, you're the key to my life. You must lead me to my destiny. Carry me to the summit of victory.
Do not warp what is real with the stories you tell yourself. I have seen no signs of your destiny. What I have seen is my people slaughtered, my city befouled, and your delusions fueling the destruction. How dare you think your destiny, your greatness, outweighed all of ours? He believed too much in fate, and not enough in us. Take him away. I feel as if I have torn off my own arm. Wigmund deserves death. But killing him won't make your family whole again. You think I don't know? This is for those who follow. To join me is to take an oath. To break it is to suffer. We make camp on the outskirts of the Isle of Ely. Join us there.
She
carries the weight of leadership on one shoulder and the bonds of her people on the other.
Now that she's lost one, she walks lopsided. It will take years of toil to rebuild those bonds with her people.
Yet she is unburdened now. Lighter. She is a leader, not a friend, Eivor. Her mistake was thinking she could be both.
It's interesting. I'm wondering, like, did I give the wrong answer now? Or, do they just leave it that ambiguous, you know, kind of to make you unsure about your choice? You know, did we maybe miss a clue somewhere that told us, oh yeah, I'll cheat, you know, almost both foundation. You have makeup and almost both foundation and eyeshadow, a rarity. Ooh. Monday, not this Monday. Do you want me to tell you? I guess, like, try to keep it as, you know, like, terse as possible. Frozen, if you know, like if there is a, like, the question is, well, let's put it this way. Can you tell me, you know, like, I guess I want to know whether I missed a clue that I could found. Like, was there more in the swamps? Is kind of my main thing. I didn't see anything in the swamps, but on the other hand, I didn't have the patience to kind of, like, you know, go in a grid across the entire swamp. And I guess the problem is, you know, I'm thinking that if they're clever, they do something like all of these three were okay, and someone else, you know, like a spouse or whatever, you know, did the betrayal. That we haven't even met yet, maybe, you know? And so that's why I'm thinking, like if it's... So yeah, that's kind of the stuff that I want to know, but, like, I don't, like, if it becomes a plot point later that, you know, I couldn't have chosen the right one or something, then of course I don't really want to know. So I don't know if there's a way you can answer this without spoiling me either way. Next up, the struggle of the hair. Chibi, why don't you just wear your garbage bag outfit to the wedding? You look fabulous in that. You mean pop my wig on my head? Excellent idea. You can see if you can make it vague, but it might still spoil things. I guess just maybe then just stick to like, did I miss a clue? If you can. Like, was there a clue that I could have found? I think that's all I need to know. I don't really want to risk spoiling something later in the story. I was wrong. The light will reveal the truth. What? That is vague enough. The light will reveal the truth. So I guess that means we find out in the morning? Well, I guess we find out by the light is just figure of speech. I think you've confused me more than people usually associate the truth with light. Okay, I have no clue what you're saying, but I guess at least, you know, no spoilers, so I guess that's good. So yeah, since we're about to head into a battle, I guess I should use the skill point. Once you finish the arc, you'll tell me. Okay, yeah, that sounds fine. Thank you. Okay, I think we were down here trying to get the extra adrenaline. Oh, right. I'm 1 point short. But anyway. Wow, that skill tree was stolen straight out of Skyrim. Yeah, I guess. Would make sense, yeah. Right, they have the... yeah. This is more 2D, but I get what you mean, yeah. It's, I'm not super sure if this this skill tree is an improvement. I kind of like the one in Odyssey better, or in Horizon Zero Dawn and Odyssey basically have the same kind of skill tree, you know, just a few columns that you know, you get to pick stuff from, and when you pick some of the upper ones or lower ones in the case of Odyssey, like some of the upper ones unlock. I found that kind of like cleaner, and this is like 5 million skills. Columns designated assassin, warrior, and hunter. Yeah, and here it's like the yellow area. I've basically specced all into the raven tree, which is assassin. And up here you see it starts being red. Those are, I think that's the warrior tree. And then over here, that third is blue, and that seems to be more hunter. I guess I should probably try to head into hunter territory, because that's all bow and arrow related. You quickly associate the colors to the 3 types. Yeah, I was a bit confused because the first color I noticed was red, so I thought, is that something I need to unlock or something? Well, anyway, let's see if we can make a quick trip, and before the stream finishes, go up there to Isle of Ely. I guess we can go to Witcham and then cross from there. I hope. You actually finished the entire Raven Tree. Yeah, I'm kind of picking, like, there is like I think 2 skills in the Raven Tree where I go, okay, I don't really need that, and I'm kind of focusing on or abilities. I think they're just like the big skills, you know, that give you new things you can do. Whereas the smaller ones are just, you know, improve your stats. So what I'm trying first is everywhere in the Raven Tree, you know, get these big skills, and then go and what I also did is upgrade my adrenaline. Or that's what I'm trying to do now, because they're just at the edge of each tree. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. So that I can just, you know, use abilities more often. But, you know, I'm at level 70, so I don't have enough skills yet to finish the entire Raven tree. Just for lack of skill points. I need to do more missions to achieve that, I suppose.
That traitor is lost in hell by now.
They will have the lost souls of the dead to answer to.
They will have... Ah, ouch. You know, because it's... You could have chosen Birna or Galen or Liv. So of course they can't say he or she. And I guess they were, you know... They didn't want to record two versions of the sentence. Oh, that's like this mushroom. Oh, right, no, I have, I don't have the third slot. I forget, like, I wanted to unlock it, but I'm one step before the unlock of the third adrenaline slot, of course. 15 minutes until... I hope that... No, you can probably hear that noise. There's someone going by the apartment with like a cart or something. 15 minutes until you have to leave for the photo shoot. Blah. You're so not a photo shoot person. Well, good luck. I hope that'll be... Sometimes, you know, the photographers are so good that, you know, they kind of make you comfortable and then it works. So I'm kind of hoping that that will work out for you and that you will have someone like that. We're not paying attention to the evidence, so you have no clue either. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you know, like, I was looking there and it didn't seem like, it was just like there were separate items for find the ship in the swamp and find clues in the swamp. And I didn't really see any extra clues in the swamp. So that's a bit of a problem. But I mean, one thing that comforts me a little bit is... if I hope you managed to get some enjoyment, Chibi. I have a good one. Yeah, my best wishes as well. Where was I? Yeah, the they force you to choose one of the three at least. So I know that if there was no way to choose the right one, you know, if it's a fourth person that wasn't in consideration and there are no clues, then you know, then
Rest, my friend.
There is no way I could have done better. Of course, if I picked the wrong one, then I don't know, I probably screwed up this alliance. And we'll have to fight her in the end, which would be sad.
Soma, Eivor, you're still with me through all this. Do not think I'll forget.
We all need someone in dark times. Now let's collect Wigmund's head.
Good. At the first sign of trouble, my crew will jump in.
Okay, so we get to choose to stealth ahead. Find and assassinate Wigmund. He has retreated to the Isle of Eli Monastery. Okay. What was that? Sorry. Every time I tab out, I dodge backwards. You just sneezed. Does that mean you don't have to go? One sneeze isn't enough to get sent home. Ah, you have to sneeze more and have a runny nose. Let me get some more perfume. Handcuffs. Wet cuffs. Which is ridiculous, because COVID doesn't always give you a runny nose. You can go and walk the dog. That will get your nose runny. Going outside definitely does the trick. You got a bow tie for the toddler, though. So that's cute. Aww. That sounds like it'll be some nice photos. Okay, so I guess we'll have to see... Yeah, we already raided this monastery. That's a bit... disappointing.
Sunan, guide me.
Okay, he's somewhere in that building apparently. Probably that white star-like thingy. So let's
He's
see.
hiding. At the summit of the hill, I can smell him.
I hope he likes the view. It's the last he'll ever see.
Lightning tingles my blood, Eivor. I hear the voices of my slaughtered people on the air, calling Wigmund's name.
He doesn't leave this monastery alive.
Alright. So I guess let's try to stealth our way in here.
Go, Sunan.
Ah, there seem to be a whole bunch of people here. But there also seems to be a door somewhere. Some way
Shouldn't
to
be seen.
access.
Better be hooded.
That looks promising. Doesn't seem to be inside. Yep. So let's try if... Hello? Yes. Just jump down. Just, yeah. Ah, here. Nice little cave. That looks promising. Let me just mine some iron before battle. Carry it along in my pockets. Alright.
Wigmund, probably cowering within the monastery.
Begin a raid when we can be an assassin. Probably. You wore it at your mom's wedding. That's nice. Whoops. Missed. I looted this spot before. Yes, I have. That's where I found a skill point, I guess. Alright. So let's try to find Mr. Wigmund. And ignore the weird physics effects in the cape. Upstairs. Where am I? Can't really see myself here. Okay, so when I come out there, there will be 4 people. More than 4. But we can't go out there either. So I guess we'll have to risk it. Alright. Looks like they've seen me. I think since we've been spotted.
Come, brothers, let's end this.
I guess stealth is out the window now. Seems not sure if could go in there, but I guess several guards over there. Only one in there. Oh! By the hand. I think order. Rifle, Wigmund, Crozier, Anvil. Didn't we have? I thought we've seen someone who was the compass, the arrow, the leech, the lyre, the crozier. The hand sounds like one of those people here, you know, like the keel, the compass. So the question is, we didn't get confirm order member, you know? So I wonder if it's related to that. Time to dash? Yes, have a good time and good luck. Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's actually, I'm thinking this is probably while I'm still in a suspicious area. Yes, and I can save. So I will probably just call it here. Because, you know, we're close now. And tomorrow we'll be killing Wigmund. So, Kill Wigmund Volume 2. Kind of like that. So, I hope you liked it. I enjoyed it so far. I think this is a really fun game and we're finally getting to some assassinating. So, thank you for watching and yeah. See you tomorrow, I hope, at the same time. Let me just push that button. Oh, that one, yeah. So see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central European Time, 10 p.m. PST. I hope you'll be there, and we'll find out what happened with Wigmund, and maybe we'll find out as well whether we would have been able to do better in our investigation of the traitor, or whether we did the right thing. Thank you, and bye-bye. And bye, Garish, Ada, Chibi, Frozen, all of you. Thank you for being here and chatting and lurking. Bye-bye.